And see, like, I could sit here and ask you, how do you feel that you take care of it? But honestly, it's a wasted breath for you trying to explain, because to me, if you're going to talk about problems, it's because you want to work through them, but you don't want to work through any problems. So, you have made, now I'm just curious to know how I'm such a horrible husband and such a horrible dad that you just, and then on top of it, thank God, and I'm stuck with you in my life, that like, okay, all right, that's your opinion. I'm not chasing your opinion because you've made up your mind, and I'm not going to try altering your opinion, because that's just your opinion, and you formed it. And I think you formed this opinion a long time ago. And I think you have unintentionally or intentionally, I'm not even trying to figure that one out. And I pointed it out numerous times that you're pushing me away. And you've said you've done it. Last weekend, you were just talking about leaving me the kids and just going off and being by yourself. Or
No.
you alluded to killing yourself.
Hold on.
And a couple weeks before that.
Hold on. Yeah, you're right. No.
You're mentally unstable.
You believe that at some point I told you I would want to just go and live a life? Like, just leave everybody and go and live
or kill yourself. So the option is either you were going to go and just kill yourself or just go disappear. That's
what you heard?
That's what you said.
No, exactly what I said was I can't do that. You've offered it to me many times. Why don't you just go? You'd be, if you're so miserable here, just go. And so I finally said to you, I can't do that. I can't just go and act like none of this ever happened. These 5 lives I made never existed. I can't do that. So that's not an option. That is what I said.
Last week, you blatantly said all 5 of the kids would be better off without me in their life.
Yep.
Okay, so then you weren't even talking about living. You were just talking about going and killing me.
Absolutely. It's important to clear these things up. That's a problem, that you're walking around thinking that I could go live a life, smiles and roses and sunshine.
I don't think you'll do that. I don't think it's possible for you to do that. I don't think it's possible for you to do that. I really understand you do need mental help. I wholeheartly get it. And I even said the doctor who's giving you the pills isn't interested in treating the problem and getting you better.
That's not their job.
Okay, well,
the therapist, it's the therapist's job.
He's prescribing drugs.
He's also every single interaction asking, are you in therapy? Are you in therapy? Do we need to provide you a therapist? I have a list of them.
Okay.
And I always say, no, I have one.
Okay. But either which way, so then what you really want then to go live a life is you just want me to give you a whole boatload of cash so you can just go leave and live a life. That's what you really want. You okay, because I'm trying to understand it. Now you have me curious, because I'm sitting here thinking, like,
that's what I want.
I've never beat you. I've never cheated on you. I'm a horrible individual. Okay, and that's your opinion. I can't alter that opinion. No matter how much I try, you're just gonna. That's it. And if you want a divorce, I don't have it to convince you anymore.
Convince me? Convince me of what?
Or whatever you want to.
You're going to convince me of my motivations?
What is it then? What is your motivation? Please tell me. Because I'm sure it's going to be, I'm a horrible person who ruined your kid's life. I ruined your life. And I'm the reason that you drank and spent all the weekends that the kids came over in bed. Like, okay, you've said all of this before.
I have. I've said that you're a horrible person. I've said that. No, I don't believe that. I have never said that.
You got no respect for me.
No,
Okay, so then...
I have said that. You're correct.
Then you're set in your divorce, and you want a divorce. Okay. So then what are we going to do? How are we... What is your idea behind... What's up, bro? Why don't you go play with some Legos and toys, and then maybe later on today... Did you finish your peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Yes.
You are such a good eater when you're in a good mood. And then maybe later on, you can play some Xbox, okay?
Okay. It is very hot, bro.
And no matter what I do, I can't change any of those opinions or outlooks. You've got, you pointed something out, and you said you thought maybe Hannah had it, but it was defiance.
It was
And
what?
maybe-
It was what?
It was defiance, something defiance. And maybe it's just me, but I've asked numerous times for you not to do something, and you just blatantly did it anyways. You didn't care. But with
I'm
all
sorry,
that-
what is this thing that Hannah has?
No, you said you thought that she had something defiance, oppositional defiance or something.
Uh-huh.
You
I
this-
said I
yeah.
thought Hannah had oppositional defiance disorder.
You said that when she was back in school, and then you said no, and then I think you said you thought maybe junior or teen, something else. But when I think about it, and like I said,
You remember what I said about oppositional defiance disorder?
when it's you don't listen or obey rules or respect any authority, and you just do what you want to do. It was a long time ago you said it, so I'm really...
Do you remember my opinion of oppositional defiance disorder?
Yeah, they're fucked.
Yeah,
Bandit.
it's the worst.
And that's why I just said it could just be with me. There are so many things that I asked you not to do, and you just blatantly did it anyways. You went to Texas, and you showed me these dogs, and I was like, please don't come home with these dogs. You came home with 2 dogs. You showed me these cats. I said, please don't do these cats. You brought home cats. I said...
Oh, wow. So
But none of...
So the end of our conversation about the dogs between Texas and North Carolina, I was to believe when we hung up and I started driving home that we were not supposed to be bringing these dogs home.
Before you even left. Because you talked about a breeder that was either on the way or down there. And then... But I had to make myself okay, fine. But none of it is important. None of it is
It's
important.
all important.
I don't... Not really. Because... From here on out, I will make sure that I don't talk to the kids at all about you. And when they ask me questions about you, I'm going to refer them back to you. So you're wanting to beat all of this down, but you don't really want to beat it down. I feel you just want to use it for some sort of ammunition or something, but whatever. I'm just trying to figure out, what do you want to do? Okay, so we're going to sell this house, okay, and we'll split that all 50-50. But the kids are my main concern. What are we going to do with the kids? I mean...
That is a gigantic issue that is going to require discussions over and over and over and over throughout the years. So that's going to have a pin in it for now.
But it needs to have kind of a discussion now, because
Right this second.
Whatever comes of it has to be put in paper, and in order to change that paper over the years, it has to go back to court. I mean, because honestly, I'm not going to settle for less than 50% of any custody. I would prefer 100, but you wouldn't give me that because you think I'm a horrible person, a horrible dad.
Hold on. Yeah, good. Good that you corrected yourself because we did establish I have never called you a horrible person. And
Shitty.
so you know.
Shitty. You did call me shitty dad. A shitty
So
husband.
you know, I don't believe you are a horrible person. I have never believed that. I will never believe that.
What is your
so I've never said it.
What is your definition of a horrible person? Because well, it doesn't. I mean, I've wrecked your life. I've wrecked your kid's life. That right there would, in my opinion, put somebody in the category of a horrible person.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Did you do it with malice and intent? No, you did not. Therefore, you are not a horrible person. So please stop saying that is what I think.
Okay. Well, shitty husband, shitty father, and probably a shitty person. But okay, shitty husband, shitty father. We'll just let those float around. But
You don't see the distinction?
honestly, it's not important to me to argue about it. If you don't think that and you don't feel that, well then good. I must have done something right. Not that it matters now. Because it really does. What I will say is this, and this is going to piss you off, and I'm not saying it to get that trigger out of you. I do feel as though since I have started working on improving myself, I think you have a lot of resentment towards it. And there's that line. Because
so much clean.
That's Belle. That's Beauty and the Beast.
Beaches.
Yeah, Belle is awesome.
In my cupboard.
go get some more water then, baby.
Water.
Okay, let's not do that. Can you go at least put the lid on it?
Yeah.
And when I'm done with this, I'll come in and I'll get you something, okay?
Evie, if you rinse it out, you can then use it with water. You think you can do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna dive into the whole shitty cat. We're just not gonna do it at all. But I will say I'm not gonna accept less than 50% of custody. Straight up. And it will get ugly if you try to do anything about it. Yeah.
Yesterday, Evie and I walked over there and I ate a bunch of them.
Oh. So that's why you're that fat.
Yep.
So then why would you get the divorce? Now will you tell me? Because we've spent this whole time delving into my opinions and my thoughts. Now I'm back to my one
Oh,
question of
okay.
why would you like a divorce?
So now all that's resolved and everyone's Good. Let's go on to what you want. All right.
Well, no, I'm curious to know because that's what you do. And I think that's a form of manipulation. Whenever there's a problem, we always delve into me. We never talk about you. And when I did try to bring it up about some of your problems the other week, you screamed, "How dare you? And if we say another word, it's over." We always,
Wait, what? Please give some context and jog my memory about this one.
2 weeks ago, right there on the front. When I came home from work. No, that was that Monday. It was 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. I came home from work on that Friday. Monday. It was a Monday. And you texted me.
A Friday or a Monday?
No, it was a Monday. Because you were with Soren at his championship game. And then that Monday you text me, how much did you pay for the blender? And then I was like, whoa. And then you sent me a picture of the price of the blender. And then you sent me a picture of the price of how much you paid for gas. And there's a third picture. And you wanted to know how much all this cost. I was like, whoa. I feel like you're attacking me. Then you led into Tank hangs out. You feel that apparently Tank hangs out with me too much, something like that. And then right before I got home, you said you were in a shitty mood, that I should steer clear. And then when I did get home and asked, are you mad at me? You exploded on me right on the front porch. Right there.
All right, your days are confused, but that's okay. It's not important. Here's the beauty of the fact that I don't clean my phone out, that I have thousands of text messages and all that. I can go back and clarify all these points.
I don't clean my phone out.
I'm sorry?
I don't clean out my phone either.
Okay, good. So I did text you on some day, doesn't even matter, that I was in a really, really bad mood, and please don't talk to me, because I didn't want to get ugly. No, you're not.
Yeah, you said don't talk to me, you're in a really ugly mood. So therefore I'm listening.
And so then you came home, and what did you do? Did you not talk to me?
I was trying to find out why you were in such an ugly mood, because that's what partners do. But okay.
Oh, okay. So how did you approach that?
I tried to make a little bit of small chat, and then kind of pursued. And then when I realized your anger was directed at me, I asked, "Why are you mad at me? Or are you mad at me?" And that's when you started screaming at me. Yes.
Maybe we're not talking about the same event. Because I believe in that text, it was something more like, don't talk to me because I am not going to be able to not say the things that are on my mind. I'm trying to not say them, and I don't. Just leave me alone. So I'll give you a moment to find it.
I'm actually... It was May 1st.
And what did I say in the text?
Well, there's several texts. And then there's the video, so we've had a shitty day, mostly me. A seriously difficult day, and the hardest parts are the thoughts and realizations, but then stuff outside my head also sucked. Luckily, the kids have had Soren to play with today, so it's been better for them. Anyway, I'm not having a lot of success calming down and convincing myself that I'm wrong and have no reason to be upset, so I cannot talk to you today. Please keep your distance.
Oh, wow.
It's always me, though. And
Wow.
but
I know, it's always you.
it is. Because you always find fault and error in me. And we've never talked about you or your problems. Or
But never. Not just last weekend were we discussing my mental health. We never, ever talk about me. No, actually, what happens is if we try to talk about you, it's a ping pong. You defend yourself by attacking me, and I point out to you. And now I've started prefacing conversations with, all right, I'm not saying this as a perfect person, and I am not saying this as someone without flaws. We are talking about you right now. That is not to say that I'm perfect. I have nothing to do with this conversation. We're talking about you. I've tried to explain this. Okay, so, but still, you are going to sit here and say that we never talk about me and everything is your fault. And it's always you. You still believe that. I have kept my mouth shut for years in an effort to preserve your tender feelings. And then, as you say, partners need to discuss things together. I have taken a very careful approach so that you understand what's going on during these conversations. And you still are going to sit here and say, it's always you. We never talk about me. You're still going to say that?
my tender feelings. My feelings are tender because I know it's going to end in a fight. It always does.
You know everything.
I know. It's a.
Well, you know everything that goes through my head.
The history is a pretty intelligent forecaster.
Depends on who's reading it.
Yeah, well, that's very true. But that's neither here nor there. So how do you want to proceed? Like, how fast do you want to do this? Do you want to do this like fast? Like, well, Monday's a holiday. So do you just want to drop papers off the internet? Do you want to get an attorney that will draw the papers? I mean, I don't know what you want. I don't know how you want to proceed with this. Why are you looking at me like that? I don't understand. What? I don't know. I don't know what you expect.
You continue to invoke shock and surprise in me. Not that you're surprised. It's more of a shock that, God damn it, I was right again. Yeah, it's just shock and awe continuously. Okay, so
You're set on a divorce. You said you wanted a divorce.
yep, I did say that.
Are you saying you want to talk things out now, or is that what you want? What is it that you want then? I don't know what you want. And I've been saying that for a long time. I don't know what it is that you want. What I really want to ask is, do you know what you want? I don't know what you expected. Maybe this isn't what you expected. Maybe you thought I would put up an argument or defend. But I'm not going to say that because then I'm going to have to spend an hour explaining that. So.
But what? Please finish your sentence.
No, it's not important. It's not important to you. Or it is important to you just so that way you can
No, I'm very curious. I don't know where you're going with this, so please finish your sentence.
You haven't wanted to be married for a long time.
Married in general?
Married to me. Okay? You haven't wanted to be married to me in a long time.
You know that. You know for a fact.
You wanted. My interpretation is you haven't wanted to be married to me for a long time. My interpretation is there are some days that are farther and farther in between now where you're on board. But the first time there's a curveball or a challenge arises, so
Wait. The first time there's a curveball or a challenge arises. Please finish that sentence.
just the way you talk to
To who? To people or you?
me, it's to people. It's not just to me. It's to people.
People.
Anybody around you, the way you talk to them is with such disdain and malice. That's how it's my interpretation again. And, okay, so everything I say from here on out, so I don't have to keep saying.
No, you do need to keep saying it because it's training your brain to understand that you do not know. And I am shocked that your professional therapist, at one time our marriage counselor, and all of these people who you don't know in a group who are guiding your life for you, no one has told you that in a marriage especially, but in any conversation, it is not okay, it is not productive, it is not right to attribute emotion, motive, thought to another person. You really, no one's pointed that out to you? That in a conversation between two people, you must always say, when you say that, it makes me feel. This is how I understand what you're doing. No one has said that to you?
Actually, how I lead these discussions when I talk to the dad's group or my licensed therapist, as you say, I usually end with, but I'm not in her brain, so I don't know. I can't read her mind, so I don't know.
Okay, so you...
I can't read her thoughts, so I don't know. I honestly didn't know I had to keep saying that as well with, I'm not in your brain. I can't read your thoughts.
Okay,
I can only...
Keep going.
No, I was only going to say I can only take my interpretation of it because I am not psychic.
Okay, so signing off your little conversations with this disclosure, of course, I don't know, doesn't mean that you fully understand and incorporate.
You just can't do it. You can't do it. You have to talk down to everything. You talk down to everything. You are your mother. You are doing it right now. You're doing it.
Oh, wow.
Because everybody is wrong. Everybody is wrong.
Everybody?
Everybody is wrong, except for you. You're right. You're the smartest person. And that's what I've noticed. You do. You say that. You say it. You say everybody is wrong. You're the only one that's right.
I say that?
You read a letter from an HOA and you grammar smithed it. Oh, this isn't even but you missed the message of we broke the law. We broke the covenant. But you were too busy pointing. This doesn't even make sense. This doesn't even make sense.
I missed the message that we broke a rule.
And now you're going to go, you're right. You're right. So just, then it is manipulation because you're aware of what you're doing. It is. You're aware of what you're doing now.
I'm aware what I'm doing. What am I doing? Trying to get to the truth?
I have to be a lawyer to talk to you. Anybody has to be a lawyer to talk to you. They have to be so educated and a wordsmith and a grammar. I'm sorry, I'm not. Okay, so you think less of me because my brain is not as big as yours. I don't have the vocabulary that you have. Yeah, okay, got it. I'm stupid. Compared to you, I'm stupid. So sit here and keep nitpicking over the words I'm using and my interpretation and how I'm presenting it, because this is really doing a world of good. All it's really doing is not really getting to the bottom of anything. That's it. That's what it's doing.
You're right. You're right. Just grounding you more firmly in your own beliefs. Yeah. My point was that just because you say that at the end of a conversation doesn't mean that you truly understand that. And the proof is that since we began speaking, you've been letting me know all about myself, my motivations, what I'm doing, what I think, what I want. And you haven't been correct once, but you keep doing it.
Okay. What are your motivations? Now I'm outright asking you, then correct them. What is your motivation?
Motivation for what? My motivation for having moods that affect you? As if that's a thing?
It's 4 weeks cycle.
Huh?
It's a 4 week cycle.
Weeks.
I'm just going to go back to this. If you're psychologist,
Psychiatrist. They prescribe meds.
If
They
your
do.
psychiatrist is continually asking you, do you need a therapist? I have a list of therapists. You know she hasn't talked to you in weeks. Probably, maybe a month? And you know you need another one because you don't like her. You don't want to deal with her anymore. Then you should have said, yes, would you give me one of those or put me in contact with one of those? But did you?
Well, the last time that particular conversation happened between the psychiatrist and myself, I had an appointment scheduled for a few days later. So at that point, I did believe that I was in good hands. Now, the next conversation will be different. That's interesting one.
I don't know what to do anymore.
What do you want?
I what?
What do you want? I still want to hear the end of that sentence.
End of what sentence?
What you were explaining to me my thinking whenever I said I want a divorce. You proceeded to explain to me.
But I think you've wanted one for a long time.
Yeah, you've thought that, and no matter how many times I try to tell you that is not what I want, you are still sitting here telling me that I have wanted it for a long time.
Because I don't believe you. And I keep telling myself, she always says she's the most honest person. But your actions, your actions, you just... You're better than me, okay? Is that what you want? Is that what you want me to admit?
No.
You're better than me? I'm wrong on it. I'm wrong?
No.
Then what is it? What is it that you want? What is it that you want? You want a divorce. If you want a divorce, if that will make you happy, then I will give you the divorce. And if that is your key to happiness, then go be happy. Go be happy. That's what I want. I just want you to go be happy. I really do. And I've handled all of this wrong, and that's actually what I told Bobby this morning. You really want to know? I just want you to go be happy.
How
And
noble.
I've done it. Everything I've done wrong. I know I have. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. But I don't want you to mistake this for like a pity party. Because it's not.
For a what?
I don't want you to mistake this as a pity party for me. This is me saying I'm defeated. I've handled everything wrong. Everything I thought I was doing right was wrong. And I'm so in over my head, I don't know what to do anymore. So now I'm saying if divorcing me and you going somewhere else is going to make you happy, then just go be happy. Go be happy.
Well, it's not about my happiness.
It isn't. It's contrary to what you think or what you believe. For me, it's always
Everything you do always has been about my happiness.
I was already trying to figure out how to rephrase that statement.
Okay.
Before you even said that.
Good. Progress.
In the past, for a while now, because I can't think, but again, I'm not a mind reader, and I do understand this concept. I have done a lot of things wrong, and I admit that, and I own that. But I'm just going to say a while, because I don't have a time frame. It's been longer than weeks. It's been longer than a couple of months. It's been longer than a few months. I've really just wanted you to be happy.
I want to make sure I understand what you just said. Okay? Right. Yes, I'm Claudia, the lawyer. No, I genuinely want to understand, because I don't want to misinterpret your words.
Does it matter? Why do my words why do you care about my words?
Because I do not want to walk around with some interpretation of what you said that is false. Because I care about the fucking truth. That's why I care. I don't like that there is strife. It's all over the world, but right here between us, because of misinterpretations that don't get questioned.
Well, then I feel like this conversation should have probably happened a while about misinterpretations and not wanting to walk around the street.
Well, we're having it now. So, to make sure I understand what you just said, here's what I heard. That for a while, more than a few months, maybe more than a couple months, but you've just been concerned about my happiness.
And now point out the things that I've done, because that's what's coming next. Is that what's going to come next?
I'm not even. No, because I'm not even sure how that follows. But you're saying that you've been concerned about my happiness for a couple months.
Okay, when I say concern, it's been very much a potty word. Like, a potty word. Very much a potty word.
For a couple months.
Sure.
Okay. Wow, I was hoping I was wrong.
Well, because you want an exact time frame. See, what I'm trying to say is I understand for the very better part of our marriage, I can admit I was selfish and I didn't care. I mean, I wanted you to be happy, but
As long as you didn't have to do anything to make it so.
But for I'm going to say a long time because I can't put a time frame on it. It is. All right. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So.
Oh, well, good. That's good to have that fact. And that fact is would be a big reason for my desire for a divorce. One of them. Yeah. Because in these few months, since my happiness has become a priority of yours, you've also spent time talking with others who don't know me and doing research on your own about my narcissism, my codependency, my manipulative behavior. So when we add those two together, priority on my happiness and also examining all essentially the ways I make you unhappy, it sounds like to me, and starting to learn about this world of psychology and personal relations in your self-education comes from a place of okay. It does not come from a place of honest self-reflection. That's problematic. Yeah, so I've learned things this morning.
You've learned you're married to an idiot who's not on your level. In some, again, I'm putting
That's
that
not
in
a
my
new one.
simplistic caveman key brain terms. Oh, that's not a new one.
I knew that when I did it. Sorry?
You married below you. Which is so funny. Because I'm not going to fall for that.
Because you're what?
I'm not going to...
If you want to say words, please say them at a level I can hear.
You're baiting a trap for a fight, and I'm not going to fight. You want to sit here and name call and insult people, and I'm not going to do it. Because there's a whole lot of insults I can hurl back, and I'm not. Because one thing that did come out of this conversation this morning is we don't. Okay, so again, back to my original question: how do you want to? You're right. I've never done this. So how do you want?
So you're gathering your shit and ending the conversation on the note of
I'm not,
what I'm doing.
I'm not going to sit here and be talked down to, and that's what you're doing. You're talking down to me, and the thing that astounds me is, I don't think you realize you're actually doing it. Because if you do realize that you're doing it, then that makes it malicious.
Does it though?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm so angry. I am trying very hard to rein it in, and it's just coming out anyway. Kind of like things that you've done to my children. Not malicious. I said that. I don't attribute malice to it. But it's still not good, right? I get it. I'm not being all kind right now. I'm trying and failing. But my motive here is not to insult you or lay a trap.
No, it's probably not to lay a trap. It is to insult me and to make me feel bad about myself and to make me continue to apologize for all the horrendous things.
Oh my God. First of all, you've never apologized for the shit you've done.
No.
And secondly, it is
you weren't
not
sitting in that bathroom, and I didn't come to you and actually get on a knee and take your hands in my hands and sit there and actually apologize for all of it. I didn't do that. I
I'm
never.
always the hero.
No, it's not even about being a hero. It's about I'm not letting you lay a guilt trip on me.
I'm not trying to lay a guilt
Or
trip.
you're just so angry you can't have a conversation.
Okay.
And if that's the case, then you're essentially saying that we can't have a conversation and lawyers are going to get involved. Which means we could sell the house, but none of us will see the money.
Oh, well, we can't do that because, according to you, what I really want is for you to give me a bunch of cash so I can just go away.
Or you can kill yourself.
Well, why don't you get a better insurance policy on me, and then I'll do that.
Because I'm going to go back to what I said before. I don't want you dead. I want you to be happy. And if divorcing me, you can go find happiness, then divorce me and go be happy.
No. That will never happen in a divorce with you. No.
Okay.
Because you
Now
just
you're-
laid out the terms of the rest of my life for me.
Well, I did.
So, there's...
I don't recall laying out the terms of the rest of your life. I don't think
I will not accept less than 50%, which means that I have to live next to you. Might as well just fucking stay married.
No. And you know, if you were more mentally stable, I would actually be like, you know what? We can talk about more, but I need to make sure the kids are fed, and there's somebody that gets out of bed more than once a week. Now, I mean, like Soren is, now I understand why Soren thinks he can discipline the kids, because he's been the adult. Because you have AirPods in and you're doing your own.
Okay, well, good talk. Bye-bye.
What? Well, do you think I'm going to sit here and let you continually talk down to me? Do you think I'm going to sit here and let you continually just insult me? I mean, do you think that's a progressive conversation?
Is that what's happened here? We've sat down and I've just hurled insult after insult on you.
Well, like you just said, oh, my anger is seething through. I'm very angry right now, and there's a lot of things that I want to say, but I know it's not going to be productive, so why say it? Why say it? It's a waste of breath to not say anything that's not going to be productive. So go ahead.
Throughout this conversation, I've been trying to get to the bottom of the truth in different areas. Primarily because this is how the conversation began in the bedroom. Trying to get down to the very important fact that you don't know me. And therefore you don't know what I'm thinking, feeling, wanting. That's been the point of this conversation. And you gathered your stuff after telling me what it is I'm doing. So you're right. Your lack of self-awareness is astounding. And your inability to listen is damaging. This is the kind of situation that actually does require professional help, because I can't there must be a third party who can do the teaching. I can't teach and talk at the same time.
No, I don't think you can teach me, because I don't. I have any respect for you. I don't. And it's just now hit me. And I think I've had that for a while, but now I'm going to say it, because now that we're putting all the cards on, I don't have respect for you. I don't have respect for you as a mother. I don't have respect for anything that you have done in your life, because you haven't done anything. You have bounced from house to house to house. You have said you didn't even get your college degree on your own. Eric wrote your paper for you. You've never... What? See? I mean, we're getting to the bottom of things, right?
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
But you're going to tell me how I'm wrong. And
No,
really all
I'm not.
doing is
No, I'm
regurgitating.
not going to tell you how you're wrong, because what you're doing now is talking about your opinions. That's good. You're allowed to have your opinions and state them, and I am not going to tell you you're wrong.
My opinion is literally reiterating the words that you said. Now, my opinion from the words that you said have yes, no respect.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you have no respect for me. But at least you can't tell me that I haven't done anything in my life.
I can't. So,
Well, you can't. Because you've done even less than I have.
Okay. So, I can't tell you you've done nothing with your life, but does that also mean I can't tell you that I don't respect you?
Oh, that's fine. That's okay.
You're not curious about it? That's why we're getting divorced.
Do you know why I don't care?
Because you don't respect me? Okay.
And even at this point in time, I don't think there's any way for me to build the respect with you.
It
And-
would be so easy.
Which, no, I don't think it would, because you haven't told me, and I'm not a mind reader.
Haven't told you.
All you, anytime respect is brought up, you just say, you're right, I don't respect you. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Then why don't you tell me what I can do to build, and I have asked, what can I do? What can I do? And you've never done.
Really? I just walk away without saying anything?
No, you just don't say it. Usually there's, well, so what can I do? What can I do to build respect? In your eyes, what can I do?
Oh, baby, that has to stay upstairs. I don't want him to get dirty. Isn't he cute?
Yeah.
He needs a name.
I'm gonna name him Grouchy.
Grouchy?
No, Grouchy.
Branchy?
Yeah.
Okay.
The elephants eat some leaves.
That's right. That's a good name, Evie. All right, well, you and Branchy go on upstairs. Maybe you can cook him some branches in your little kitchen.
Well, we don't have some leaves. We only have some salad.
Well, you can feed him salad.
Oh, they love salad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're like leaves. Like they're plant leaves. And you won't bite this. You won't bite a plant.
Oh, baby, that's not a plant. I think some bugs ate it.
What?
Yeah, baby. So, why don't you take Branchy and go feed him some salad? Go make him happy.
I
But really, no. But in the end, you want a divorce. You don't want a life with me. Any life with me.
Okay, again, you're telling me what I do and don't want.
You said that. Okay.
I said I don't want a life with you?
That's what a divorce would mean, and then it went on to say you have to be in the rest of my life. So that would
That is just a fact of having children together.
Okay, you're right.
That doesn't mean I want it. It's a fact.
Okay. So then I'm asking, do you want any remote life with me at all?
Any remote life?
Any sort of life with me? If you could choose to have any life, would it all involve me?
In my wildest dreams, going from the point that we're married together and on, what would I want? What have I always wanted? What do I still want now?
Well,
Yes.
I want a divorce right now. I guess what I'm asking is, do you want to go see a marriage counselor?
Oh my God.
I mean, because we're sitting here, we're talking about these things, and I'm trying to figure out why are we? If we're and I say you don't want a life with me, and then you ask me, did I say that? Now I'm asking. Draw it with a crayon so my pea brain can see it.
I had begun a sentence that would have ended with what I want, and you interrupted me and asked several other questions, and I can't answer a single question because you're not listening.
Please finish yours.
What I want.
My outfit is so full. I want to have Sandra.
You got to go burp your elephant.
What I've always wanted. And what is the source of my sadness, because it's never happened, is that life that we talked about. A partnership, an actual relationship where we understand, respect, and love one another, and bring up children who are happy and know they're loved. Yeah, that's what I want. I want what was promised in the first place. I have never wanted a divorce. Still don't. Just don't see what else can be done. I want you to understand me. So I want a lot of things that I can't make happen, which leads to I want a divorce. Tired of banging my head against the wall. And I have to say something. And I hope at some point in your life it will resonate and you'll understand. We seem to be on a 6 to 8 year track as far as, the words that come out of my mouth finally clicking in your brain. So I'll say it now, with a hope and a wish and a prayer for the future. I do not have any feelings of resentment towards you because you're doing better or attempting to do better. You're on this path of self-improvement. No resentment at all. There's moments of impatience or irritation that I try to squash, and but there's no resentment. I'm happy for you. It's always a good thing for somebody to learn and improve. I wouldn't resent that of anyone, actually, but I really don't resent you. And the fact that when I first said that, you rolled your eyes, indicating that you don't believe me. And the bigger fact that you think that of me, that you have decided based on words, actions, behavior, demeanor, whatever is your pile of evidence, you concluded that I resent you, is a huge problem. So I guess the point, to wrap up maybe all the mean insults I've hurled at you, is I don't see hope for us because you do that. You attribute to me you decide without talking to me. You decide for yourself what I'm thinking, feeling, doing. So the truth of the matter is that throughout our relationship, since we met, and even now, and maybe to a worse degree. I have not been treated as an individual person. I am a thing that you figure out, that you think that you have come to understand, not through conversation with me, and then once you think you have the answer, still no conversation with me. I can't be a non-person anymore. So yes, I want a divorce. No, that's still not the right way to say it. I don't want a divorce. It's just... I don't see another way for still see another way forward.
How would I get your respect?
I'm not sure how to answer that, or if I should.
You said it was very simple.
It's always been very simple.
Very simple to you, but it hasn't been simple to me.
I think the best way for me to answer that is to suggest that you ask yourself, when, how, and why You lost my respect in the first place.
That wasn't,
I'm sorry?
that wasn't an answer, so you're not going to answer the question.
Okay, you're asking me for a list of things to do to fix a problem.
Well, you said you have no respect for me, and that to fix that is simple. And I've tried with failure, and I've tried with more failure. So,
You've tried what? You've tried to gain my respect?
yeah.
Okay.
And I have failed on every attempt. And where I feel, though, is you say you don't want a divorce, but you do say you want a divorce. And if you want a divorce, I'll give you the divorce.
Yeah, I know.
I'm more saying,
I've always known.
I would prefer a legit, real marriage counselor more than once a week. Because an hour a week does nothing. Where you can actually air things. But and this is my feeling. I know I've made mistakes in the past.
What mistakes? Are you specific in that when you own it?
And I've been specific with you when I've apologized for, but you don't remember that. So, okay. And one of the biggest things was how I ruined your kids' life. We don't see eye to eye on that, but I will say I was hard on them.
Hard on them. That's not the... Okay, all right.
And I've apologized for it, but you've also said you're not going to forgive me for it. So one of the things that continues...
Being hard on them is not the problem. So if you're apologizing for being hard on them, okay. Apology accepted. But you still don't understand the whole issue. And so you say that you have attempted and failed multiple times to regain my respect. So my suggestion to you is to examine how you lost it in the first place. And if you don't like that as an answer, I'm sorry. Maybe to give an analogy, you have said, and I believe that you do understand, that I was very vocal and very clear many countless times about what I want. And now that you're in communication with these people, you're understanding now that I said it and you just didn't hear it or didn't acknowledge it, and that caused problems. Right? You said that. You said, wow, because you came with all these epiphanies. And then you said, I know, you said it. And I'm sorry, I just didn't hear it. Now I see, and I'm so sorry. Now I see. Okay, great. I don't believe that it is. I do not believe that if I sit here and, well, actually, I can't. I cannot give you a list of things to do to regain my respect. Because you would be just checking off a list.
So really, in the end, I guess this is what I'm trying. You do want to. You know, you say you don't. You do.
Okay, there we go again.
Let me. But this is.
My God.
This is why. This is why I say you want the divorce, because even I'm making.
Because I'm tired of not being heard. And really, you're the only adult I have to talk to, and you don't listen.
And the worst part is, you say you don't listen, and then you don't listen. You blatantly do the opposite thing that I asked about and I've talked about.
Blatantly.
I can't think of another word for it. I can't.
I mean, you know what? A lot of those conversations in Texas are on video that I still have. You want me to pull them up so you can hear yourself telling me not to bring home a goddamn dog?
It's not just that.
Blatant.
It's not.
Blatant disregard and not obeying you. You're so wrong. So worried about the things that you do and say, and they are not on a firm foundation of understanding yourself and others.
Neither are yours, because you don't understand. You don't know a thing about me, other than your interpretation, right? You don't.
Okay.
You're gonna sit there and say,
I know more about you than you do.
I want no. You know. You want a divorce, and then the next you're going to start crying and say, I don't want a divorce.
No.
We just need.
Nope, not going back. I said it out loud. I am not going to go back.
Go back to what?
I don't want a divorce. Please don't. You think I will ever beg you? No.
I was going to say, I don't want a divorce. I need a divorce, even though you didn't say need. I don't think you said.
I said I don't see another way.
Okay. There.
Okay.
So your mind is made up. Your mind has been made up for a long time to never let me correct any of the things that I've done. It just, and you're confirming it.
Wow. Okay.
Why are we still having this conversation? We're not.
Yeah, I know,
You don't
right?
want to fix it. You don't want to work on it. Which is, maybe I should have just said that in there. You want a divorce, and no matter what I say other than, okay, I should just keep my mouth shut there. Because, yeah, I want to fix it. You don't want to work on it. You don't want to.
I don't want to fix it. I don't want to work on it.
You don't.
Okay.
You don't. Because you.
Okay. So if we're still in this place. Yep, that is why I finally said it out loud. Because I fucking realized you are not at this point in your life and possibly forever incapable of seeing things from someone else's point of view.
That's not true. That's absolutely not true. I'm incapable of seeing them from your point of view because you're painting at Jackson Pollock and saying, look at the car. I don't see a car in the Jackson Pollock.
I'm sorry. Can you?
That's how you're. I'm chasing a tail, but you won't even tell me the direction the animal ran. You're just saying, figure it out.
All right, I love all these metaphors. Can you please tell me what it is I'm doing that is like what you just said?
It doesn't matter.
You're okay, yeah. Doesn't matter. Never did.
To me, when you sit there and you're talking about a problem, it's because you're willing to sit down and work it out and figure it out. But again,
I'm sorry, what?
I'm talking to myself.
You moved further away and mumble. It's not fair. I cannot hear you.
You have set me up for failure. I am set up for failure.
How so?
I don't know what direction to go.
How did I set you up for failure?
I don't know what direction to go to fix this.
Fix what?
But it's not going to be fixed.
What is it? Stop with the vague pronouns.
Marriage? You want a divorce. So I'm sitting here and I'm asking, well, what can I do to fix the trust? But it doesn't matter to you.
Fix the what?
Fix the trust, fix the marriage, but it doesn't matter to you. My question is if it mattered to you, how come you haven't asked me anything about what have I done to lose your respect?
Because when you just now informed me that you don't respect me, you told me why.
I did.
So
Why?
I didn't have to ask.
Why?
Why did
Why?
you tell me?
No. What? I mean, there's more to it than just that. Or, how come you haven't asked? Well, is there anything I can do to fix any of this? No.
Because you just fucking told me.
Because you don't want to fix it. Do you want to fix it?
Fix what?
The marriage at all.
Yes, I just said that. I said that a moment ago. And then you disregarded it, and
I didn't hear you say it.
I'm not sure if that's the Pollocky thing that you were talking about. No, I said I don't want a divorce. I have never wanted a divorce. I do not want one now. I said that. And you are still saying you just want a divorce. You've made up your mind. You've wanted one for a long time. So, you're still not fucking listening to me.
Okay, this is where I'm at. I'm done with the finger pointing of you done this, and you did this, and you did this, and back and forth. I'm done with it. Okay.
You know what? In my mind, that the finger pointing isn't a thing.
Okay.
I come to you and try to explain to you a legit problem I have with you, because in a marriage, when a problem arises, which it will in every single marriage, the adult thing to do is come and say, this is the problem I'm having. Can we talk about it? And unfortunately, the response, I don't want to make a broad sweeping statement, but at this point in time, I can't think of a moment when the response was not defensive attack on me. So there is no talking. I've tried with you so many times. I try, but you don't listen, and you're still not listening even in this conversation. So what else am I supposed to conclude? That there's hope? That you are on this path of self-improvement? Awesome! And you've become more entrenched in your ability to read my mind and make decisions that affect me without speaking to me. How is that hopeful? You know, I don't want a divorce, but I cannot continue to be married. And when I say married, I don't mean a fucking piece of paper. I mean involved with a person as the other half of me. When that half does not listen to anything that comes out of my mouth.
Well, we are in agreement there. Because that's exactly how I feel about you.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the part that you're not willing to hear. And that's all I've been trying to say is, you don't want to look at you as you don't listen.
I am guilty of not complying and obeying with your very vague, wishy-washy demands or commands, that's it.
God.
Like the time that you told me not to bring home dogs. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Apparently I maliciously defied you, but I have to say I was not 100% understanding that there was a command not to bring home a dog, because there wasn't. But if you're in your mind you were telling me no, it's like that. You're like the girl who cries rape, who never said no. Oh, well,
Okay, then.
It's fine. You know what? It's fucking fine if you don't like that I do things when you don't want me to, and you think you've been real nice about, you're trying to be nice, and you wish I would have listened a little more because you said it. So even the non-saying, I should have heard it. Bleh. Okay, fine. That's fine. Yep. I was aware it wasn't your favorite idea, that you weren't in complete agreement, and I did it anyway because, well, we're not going to agree about everything. It is not okay for you to then turn around and accuse me of bad behavior because I proceeded with something that you were about. Are you understanding that analogy?
I guess the part.
Yeah, just say
We're
it.
getting nowhere.
Why is that?
Because you're not listening at all. Again, and this is why I don't talk, and I say, and then you turn that around, say it's your feeling. Because you... And I'm falling right back into it. We're just doing
falling
a circle.
back into my evil trap.
We're just doing a circle.
Yeah.
You say my commandments and my word. Oh, fuck. You went and bought goats. We couldn't even pay fucking bills. And I even said, we can't even pay bills. We can't afford to feed what we've got in the house. We've got bills that are past due, and you still chose to take money and buy fucking goats. That wasn't a commandment. That was just like, holy shit, we've got bills that we've got to pay. We can't afford to feed the goats. And you still went and bought the goats.
I know, I am so financially irresponsible.
And now, that's why there's no conversation.
That's why.
That's why. Yep. I'm just, it's okay as long
because
as
you're unaware of your hypocrisy and
no.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being blamed for everything. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. That's why if you want a divorce, you can have the divorce. Because
you're just so tired of trying to make me happy.
Keep on. Yep.
Never did try in the first place.
Yep. Okay, Clark. Now I know why Eric called you Clark. He was right. Let's call him up, have him come over here, and let's see how much of what I've just said to you he said to you.
Let's do that.
Like, the way you talk to people you supposedly love. Holy fuck. That one? Holy shit.
Who do I love that I talk to that way?
Listen to the way you talk to the kids. For somebody who supposedly loves them. Listen to the way you talk to me for somebody who supposedly loved. Even when you supposedly loved me in the past. Because you don't love me anymore. You were still fucking mean and malicious.
Mean and malicious. Can you please...
Oh, sorry. I used the words wrong again.
No, you're saying I'm mean. I've been mean to you. I say things just to be mean.
You are. You're mean. You have no control, no self-control. I'm angry, but I'm not talking down to you. I'm not insulting you. And you're sitting here.
You're not insulting me?
No, now I'm calling facts. I'm sorry if me calling you mean, which is a fact, is insulting to you. But you're mean. Let's call Eric. Let's ask him if any of the shit that I just said out of my mouth he has ever said. And I'll bet you he said it long before I was ever around. Holy shit. Wow. Yeah. And the narcissistic? You are narcissistic. Everybody is wrong but you. You wonder why.
Oh, I fucking love that. Is that the definition of narcissism?
You wonder why you have no friends? Nobody wants to put up with your shit.
Oh, okay.
You've even chased my friends away.
I did? I'm going to apologize to each and every one. I chase your friends away.
If you want a divorce, you need a divorce.
Yep. We just take me right back to the beginning.
Yeah. What I said it was.
No, I mean the beginning. When I decided to redirect the course of my life, because I knew if I didn't, I'd never see you again.
Right back to the beginning. Okay.
Back to the start.
You can have the divorce. I hope one day you can actually find a doctor that will help you. But I have a feeling that when you find a doctor that's going to call this stuff out, you're going to say they're wrong.
I'm going to say what?
You're going to say they're wrong too. Because there's nothing wrong with you.
Is that it? Wow, I've never admitted my own failings before. Fucking piece of shit. God damn it. He is so stupid. Just fucking dumb. Nothing more dangerous than a man who thinks he's correct. And never is. So, yep, it's time for a divorce because no amount of self-improvement is going to make him smart.